What's going on, guys? Agent Psycho here. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we've got a very exciting video. So I've been given early access to kind of just pretty much moments before the sort of launch to kind of record everything and document this sort of time capsule moment of what the game was like before launch, which in future years I would like to imagine would be a really good sort of thing to look back on, So yeah, here we are. As you can see, we have the iconic locations that we had in the closed. There's nothing really new map wise. There is no like new rooms or anything, but there are new NPCs and new games. We also have 3 buttons down here which we didn't have before. So we now have shops, so this now marks down all the shops that we have, and we have games as well. So I find it very interesting that we have Rainbow Heights here, because there's, if you go places, it's an unnamed location, the iceberg, but in the game section we then have the name of the game, which is Rainbow Heights, which is one of the new mini games, which I do have some slight mixed opinions on. But yeah, so pretty much without further ado, we're gonna bit by bit, a bit like my other video, just sort of get on. There might not be as much dialogue per se. It's going to be purely just sort of a showcase, and then I think at the end I'll do sort of a conclusion and what I think on most of things, and yeah, pretty much enjoy, because when this comes out, the actual game will be out. So I'm looking very forward to seeing all of you in game. And yeah, let's first off start off with all the new games, shall we? Okay, and that brings us to an end, and then just after this conclusion section, I'm gonna show some little clips of other NPCs, which will eventually have some sort of quest or game. Yeah, but currently don't. So I think to best kind of do my conclusion of the games, I've done like sort of a ranking, you know, like S tier to F tier. And I just want to clearly state now, I'm not saying these games are bad, depending on their ranking. I'm purely doing this off games which I got the most enjoyment out of, and the ones which I was not so much of a fan of. And, you know, that's the thing about games, they're subjective. You know, some people are going to like so many games more than others, and that's completely valid. So, to kind of start with S tier, I think I put in the airship one. I absolutely love the airship one. I can definitely see myself replaying it. There was a lot of replayability in it. It was, in general, really fun. I had no sort of complaints against it at all. I actually had to, the video which I put in this video, I had to put on like 5 times speed. And that's no joke, literally 5 times speed. And it was still as long as it was. Just from that one playthrough, it was generally really fun. Really fun. Smashed it with that one. And then we're going down to C tier, and we had this like block game, which personally it was like kind of in the middle for me. It wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't awful either. And I think it just reminds me of like, you know, those like TikTok games, like the one where it's like a, I don't know, it's like a Family Guy clip, and you got like Subway Surfers on the bottom. It gave me that sort of vibe. It's these very, it's very, you can see this game in form of a mobile app so much on, if you go on like Google Play Store, it's very common. And I think it's just kind of caused a bit of a distaste for me in it. Just, but it is something which I can see myself playing again, but purely out of anger. I think like kind of a thing where like if I lost, I know that I'm not enjoying it, but I'd still play just to kind of prove myself that I can get further. So I put it kind of middle. But again, I don't think it's a bad game. It's just personally, I have just a distaste for this exact like overdone sort of thing. Yeah. And then in D were 2 of the newest ones, which were teased on Twitter. So we had the fishing one, which I understand the concept. You had to capture like recycled plastic and all that sort of stuff. I just did not. There was no instructions or anything. You were just given a cannon, and I assumed you would just increase the size depending on the color of the object. But sometimes I was shooting it at it, and it wasn't really doing anything. I didn't really understand what I was doing, so I was just kind of like, yeah. So that's why that one's in D tier. Yeah. And again, the fishing one. It was in D tier as well because I was really excited for that one, and I was hoping it would be a lot like ice fishing, if you remember from CP. But no, it was a new fishing game where the hook swings from side to side, and I just wasn't a fan of that. I just found it quite frustrating, and especially because there's a timer bar as well. So if you don't catch a fish in the exact time frame, then you lose. Game's over. Restart. And yeah, just wasn't really to my liking. I'm sure someone else would absolutely love that. But yeah, it was just the swinging hook and the timing for me, which just completely put me off. I think if it was the exact same with the piranhas, if they hit it and it just disintegrates your fish, love that concept. It was brilliant. It really did make it a lot more difficult. But yeah, that is pretty much my review. As of recording this, actually, the game has officially launched. So if you want to log on right now. I'm really excited. I've been like multitasking, editing this video and trying to talk to people in game. But yeah, it's been great. I'm so happy that we finally have got the game out. It's released. We now have the first building block. It's gonna be buggy. I'm definitely having some bugs with things. There's definitely a lot of stuff to be added, but that's to be expected. You know, there is a long to-do list they have. They're trying their best. They're an indie team. This is not Nintendo. The game is out. I think it looks great. It's the map that we love so much from last time. Now some extra mini games. We got money, and features will be rolling out, I can only imagine, fairly quick over the course of the future. So yeah, this has been me, Agent Psycho. If you want to stick around until the end of this video, there's going to be about 3 clips just afterwards, kind of showing the NPCs who will have the quests, and then the video will just sign off. So yeah, you can totally do that, or you can leave right now. Completely up to you. But yeah, this has been me, a very excited agent, and as always, agents, keep an eye out.